Welcome back there, cutie. So today you're going to swallow, and it's going to be hard. It's going to be the Bitcoin truth pill. It's going to be very hard to swallow. I will keep reminding you of this because you're a baby doll cutie pie, and we're all friends here. But it's the truth, and you're not going to like it. But I'm going to tell it to you anyway because you are a guy or a girl like me. You just want to make your way in this world. You are an underdog. And you are a warrior. We are hunting deep value, contrarian investing. Why? That is the highest reward for your time. Your time is precious. Your money too. Your capital, your labor units. But it's a lonely world. This path I take is very lonely. You are fading the crowd. You are, by definition, unpopular. The crowd wants to be with everybody else. So, what's the Bitcoin truth pill? Look at this, friends. It's hard. You're going to hear it now. Okay. You are no longer taking risk to buy Bitcoin. It is now safe. This is very hard to accept. This is the truth. And you know it. There's so much evidence. MSNBC and all the television shows, they put the Bitcoin price up. They don't put any other crypto up. They focus on Bitcoin. There are politicians who are telling you to buy Bitcoin. They're not talking to you about ETH. They're not talking to you about Chainlink or Hex or Doge or any other crypto. They're not. They're talking about Bitcoin. It's a great start for the whole industry. But we're not here to get the returns of the industry because the industry is getting smarter. The market is getting less euphoric over time. The participants are getting more wise. That means the returns are getting less. You're not going to get your 30x run, your 50x run, your 100x run. You're not going to get that anymore. Divided by 3, that's what you're going to get. That old 30x, it's now a 10x from the absolute bottom. And you're not long from the absolute bottom of anything. It's going to be rough. I hope I'm wrong to the upside. I really am. But you're going to take this chance. So just remember, you are not early. You are late. And this is going to be pushed in front of you. Why? Because I love you. I want you to learn. I provide information. A lot of people love me because I am giving you vital alpha information, a competitive advantage. I'm giving you the same advantage I wanted to be given when I started. I wanted it all from one person and in one place. I wanted it all. And I couldn't get it. But aren't you lucky? I'm giving it to you for free. And I don't really say it's for free. I always joke. Pay me in the future. How about I teach you now? And when you kill it and your gains are really, really sick and you're flying on the moon, you can pay me in the future, whatever you want. That's how much confidence I have in this system. It's not really a system. It's a strategy. It works. So, diminished returns for Bitcoin. When I made this tweet, it was like in 2022. So I was like, you get your 5x, 20K to 100K. Think about it. How much do you really want to put into crypto? In your mind, so this is crazy. Even though you know Bitcoin is safe, but do you really think it's safe? Like, would you put your whole life savings into it? I know some of us have, but think about the average person. And if you were to put your whole life savings, look, I have, but I'm different. So if you were to put your whole life savings for the average mum or dad out there, wouldn't you want to be compensated for it? More than just a little crappy 4 or 5x maximum, and they're not going to sell the top. They're going to have to sell before the top. So maybe they get like a 3 or 4x. You're like, what the hell, man? I put all my life savings and you're only giving me like a 3 to 4x? What gives? But that's the reality of it. That's why you're going to learn from me. It's actually more risky to be late. It's more risky, but the crowd is going to perceive it as less risky because the volatility is less. Because they're going to say, oh, it's on TV. Everyone knows about it. Once you start to see investing as a game, you'll realize that you are risky. You're on a horse that's going to make it to the end of the race, but your horse is slow. You are at risk of losing the race. Look at this beautiful picture I made. I'm going to go through this. We're going to compare this. I don't know, this is going to be offensive, but it's all right. It's okay. If you can't take it, I know a lot of you can. But some people understand. Don't misinterpret these. We love Bitcoin. I love Bitcoin. It has birthed the industry. We don't need Bitcoin to change. We don't need it to do anything. It's already done its job. I'm just letting you know, Bitcoin does its job slowing down from here. It does. It fixes the problems. It acts as a policeman or woman or a police duck for the world. It tells governments, if we print too much money, our citizens are going to deploy our useless fiat and buy Bitcoin. It's a security guard. It checks you. So you're sitting here and you're like, oh, that's great. How can I make money off it? Well, we don't know how far they're going to take the fiat Ponzi system. I think they're going to take it all the way to the end and Bitcoin's going to go to the moon. But what if we're wrong? What if they find ways to slow down the Bitcoin growth? This is where you're even more at risk. This is what the Bitcoin maxis aren't going to tell you, by the way. They keep telling you the system's going to collapse. The system's going to collapse. They cheer it on. Just like the gold maxis. Well, yeah, the system's going to collapse. What if it's 25 years from now? You ever thought about that? You're going to sit here with your little crappy diminished returns while everyone else is buying Doge and JPEGs and there's OnlyFans in crypto blockchain version and people are making money and all this stuff. There's DeFi. You got all these layer 1 chains launching, gaming, metaverse, etc. How happy are you going to be? You're not going to be very happy at all. But it's funny. People will tell you to be happy. And who's going to tell you that? The Bitcoin maxis. Because they were early. They were early here, baby dolls. So let's read this together. Look at this part down here, okay? We're going to read this together. Bitcoin was $200 here. From this point, it gave you a 282x return. 282 times your money. But let me go deeper. Look what happened here. Down that part, everybody called you an idiot for buying there in 2014, 2015. Look at this. Bitcoin was called a scam, a pump and dump. It was called a terrorist coin for stupid people. It was. They really thought it was a coin for poopy heads, for dingleberries. How dare they? But look what happened. You got your 282x return because the crowd was wrong. You see? Look at the difference in the time. 2014, 2015. What's even more alarming is that Michael Saylor called it trash back then. And here I put for you, highest risk, highest reward. It's highest perceived risk. It's not highest risk for anybody who really does their homework, but it depends on the crowd. Because what's high risk for the crowd is low risk for me. So when everybody is saying the coins I own are Ponzi's, scams, it's a cult, it's gone to zero, it's trash. When people are saying that to me, I think that's lower risk for me. But the crowd perceives it as high risk. And the opposite here is true. Now that Bitcoin's considered a blue chip, I consider that risky. Because the game is capital appreciation. The game is, I'm going to invest to receive in the future. So if you're going to invest labor units, and remember, I told you to always invest units of your time. Think about it, time. So if you're going to invest 4 months of your wage, well, if you only end up in a couple of years, if your return is only worth 12 months, so you get 1 year of income back because you bought Bitcoin, I consider that absolute filthy trash. But what if somebody else took their, so that you got your beautiful 1 year. What if someone else chose a different coin? I'm not going to talk about any other coins here, but what if someone else chose a different coin, but they turned it into 10 years? How about that? Instead of their 3x, they got a 30x. They can pretty much retire at that point almost. If you get a 5% yield, think about that. You'll be earning 6 months of your current income every year as income. Think about that. Just because they bought something. So that's why it is risky. It is risky because the industry is growth. It's slowing down over time. You're not going to keep getting these beautiful returns. They're slowing down. So you have to be smarter, be wiser. So look at this. Back then it was called a scam. But I want you to compare it to today. We're going to read this box together because you're a baby doll, baby cake. Have a look at this. Today, look at this contrast. Today, nobody calls you a sucker for buying Bitcoin anymore. Have you ever heard of anybody saying that? No one. Nobody on television. No one. Except Jim Cramer. That's pretty much it. None of the people in government say, haha, you're a real sucker if you buy Bitcoin. They're saying it's a threat now. Does anybody from the YouTube influencers with all the large amount of followers and subscribers, do any of them call you a sucker for buying Bitcoin? No one. Only me. I'm the only person saying, I love Bitcoin. I really love the community, love everything. However, if you're in this game for capital appreciation, you're a sucker for buying it. You are buying this. You're buying someone else's 1000x bag. You are. That person who bought it $200, you're buying their 100x to 150x bag from here. You're buying the early Bitcoin Maxis bags. And that's okay. If you want to do that and accept your 3x, your 4x, that's fine. But we're here to win. I'm here to win. A lot of people follow me and subscribe to me. It's like a waterfall every day, new people, and I love it. I'm so overwhelmed with messages every day because everyone's like, wow, my brain, little peanut over here zapping around. I can't believe what I'm hearing. Yes, that's right. Yes, that's right. I'll fight for you. I'm an outsider too. What how do you think I learned this? Do you think I had to sit here? Do you think I learned this from all these big influencers? I got destroyed. Every time I allocated for their ideas, now I knew from the game of finance, I knew how to allocate, but every time I would put a bit of faith in them, I would get absolutely guillotined, just like you. I'm an outsider just like you. But I thought, you know what? I think the people have had enough. I think the people have been betrayed. I think all these influencers are snakes, and I'm not going to play their game. You know what the game is? The game is to join their circuit. That's what the game is. The game is go, smile, talk good about them, build your followers, and then go smile around. No, I'm not doing that. Do you know how many exchanges message me, by the way, every month? I'll tell you more about that another time. One of the exchanges, one of their higher-up managers messaged me and said, wow, I've actually never heard that type of response from anyone before. You know what that response was? I said to them, thank you kindly for this invitation for a sponsorship. However, I know that the win rates of traders is less than 1% on any platform. I know there's a 99% failure rate. I can't go to sleep with a good conscience knowing I'm sending people to the meat grinder. It goes against every human fiber in my body. No, I will not send my people or anyone else, my friends, my family, my children, future children. No, I will not send them to the meat grinder. I'm a day trader myself. Absolutely no. I don't care how much money you offer me. I'd rather die poor than betray the people. Very funny. It was more alarming that that manager said to me they've never actually heard anybody say that before. I'm like, wow, that kind of says something about everybody else, doesn't it? Look how late you are, friends. This is why you got to take this seriously. Because we're not going to get this chance again, man. You don't get this chance. You can't go back and buy Google. You can't go back and buy Tesla early. You can't. So even look how late you are with Bitcoin, right? So no one calls you a sucker. No one. All the major influencers, it's in their portfolios. Every single major influencer, it is minimum 40 to 50% of their portfolio weight. All of them. Many of them 60% to 95%. I'm thinking, oh, that's bad. See, they don't know. I'll watch all of them. They're also self-obsessed and they don't have time to go do the hard work. I'm here to tell you, I went and observed all of them. I came here. I'm unbiased, man. I don't care. You think I don't want to win? I don't care what the ticker or the logo is. I want to know, where's the edge? I don't care. What's the ticker symbol? Is it Doge? I don't care if it's a JPEG. The game is at a capital allocation. If you're playing a game of soccer World Cup, you can't say, oh man, I hate the left side. I hate the left side of the field. I'm just so racist against the left. You don't care. If all the weak players and all the openings are on the left side of the field, you're going to go and run there so you can take the ball and shoot your goals. You don't care, left or right. It's the same thing here. So I've noticed and I've observed that I'm here to tell you every single major influencer is stacked. Because they're saving reputation. I made a big triangle here. They will always save their reputation. And it doesn't matter whether you think they're nefarious or they're doing this just because they're like low skill. It doesn't really matter. I'm just here to tell you they're wrong. You can be a nice guy or girl and still be wrong. That's all right. So most of them are wrong. They have the market consensus portfolio. And their market consensus portfolio is that Bitcoin is safe. And that Bitcoin is the chosen one, etc. I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of changed, man, It's kind of changed from 2014, 2015. Even look now, this is funny. When I say it like this, it's different to you. A country adopted this coin. Like, we shielded so hard. We got a country on board, friends. You think you're early? You're not early, man. Now, what are people in the Bitcoin community going to say? They're going to say, hey, you're still early. It's only one country. We're still going for the big ones. We're still going for country rank 100 and then 50 and then it's going to be one day it's going to be the USA. Yeah, of course they're going to say that because they're long and they want to hit $5 million per coin. What if that takes 40 years, 50 years? You ever thought about that? It's a very tough game, but there is competitive advantages and edge all around us. You just have to know where to look. The good thing for you, you literally just click a button, like, subscribe, bell button, or I'm giving this to you for free. Because we're running out of time, really. I could slow drip all of this information to you, but that would be a real scum move because I know time's running out. What, you got like 12 months at most? I can't drip feed this to you over like 3 or 4 years. A lot of people ask me, hey, how come you do so many videos? Yeah, because time's running out, man. You know how thin the liquidity is in crypto? If you just punch the numbers of how many people are coming in, you snap your fingers, it's gone. Elon Musk even approves of Bitcoin. Like the most popular guy in the world is on board with you now. He ain't talking about Hex or Chainlink or Richard Hart. He ain't talking about any of these new coins, gaming, layer 1, metaverse. He ain't talking about any of those. I've been to parties. I've met people who said, yo, dude, you're the crypto dude, right? With obviously an Australian accent. And you're like, oh, yeah, mate. I heard you're in crypto, eh? And then literally, they've told me with a straight face. I've said, what do you have? And they've said, got that Doge. And I've said, okay, please, I'm here to learn. Why do you have Doge? And they said, no, I don't know. Heard that Elon Musk guy likes it. So I got it. I'm like, wait. Slow down. You're telling me right now you bought a coin because you heard Elon Musk likes it. And they said, yes. 2 people, 2 different occasions. If you told me this would happen, I wouldn't believe you. I wouldn't believe it. Now, I know in my mind it happens out there, but to actually meet a human with a beating heart, he actually had a slanted back, by the way, because he was leaning over a table. To actually meet someone who bought a coin because of Elon Musk, I was like, wow, okay, well, what did I expect, It's shocking. It's shocking just to see it. Yes, that's what it's like. Top signals. Slowing down diminishing return signals. Michael Saylor put $1 billion into it. Isn't that funny? Michael Saylor could have bought it here, right? He could have bought it at $800. He could have bought it then. I've made tweets showing you $800 he could have bought it. Instead, he buys $1 billion at 60K. So like what? 60x higher, 70x higher, 60,000% higher. That's crazy. Does that tell you someone's early? Opposite. So you're starting to see now because of all these perceptions of Bitcoin's network effect. That's actually what's going on. It's low risk, but I hear you have a low risk, low reward. You really do. So you're not early anymore. You're not going to get your 100x. You're going to enjoy your 5x. And that's 5x from 20K. And are you going to sell exactly 100K? It's going to be nasty. I don't think 100K is going to have much volume. I think Bitcoin's either going to do a lot of volume at like 80 to 85 or 120. I think it's like that 100K number is so phenomenally like controversial. People are either going to front run it hard, or once you've finally gotten into the front runners, then it has to bust through. But look at all these games you're playing. Imagine it doesn't even hit that 100K, friends. What if it only hits that 85? Well, and you're not going to get it at 85. You're only going to realize that it rejected 100K when it's back down at 60K. All that hard work. Imagine you're buying at 30K. Oh my God. This pain, man. Do you understand why it's actually more risky now? But people think it's low risk, low reward. It's actually more risk now. It's higher risk. So I hope you learned something today. I know you did learn something. That's why a lot of people, you are following me. You get a lot of high value here. You don't see this anywhere else. I had to go through the same trials and tribulations as all of you have. It's harsh, but this is the game. Don't believe anybody. They try to convince you of anything. I see a lot of time. A lot of people will get fooled because they're going to be looking at the price action of the candles. But at the end of the day, all that really matters is me and you. We're outsiders, but we're always going to be friends. Until next time, friends.